Hi, I'm attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, where we work very hard to make families stronger. And so I wanted to talk to you today about DCF and home visits. Lately, DCF has decided to go back into doing home visits with DCF workers and investigators. And so you might see that the DCF worker is calling your house and wanting to come by and see the kids. Now, before COVID and the quarantine, this was something that was regularly occurring where they would come to the house to assess the house and the safety of the kids within the house. And when the quarantine happened, much of that stopped unless it was an emergency. And now they're moving back towards doing home visits. One of the concerns that has come up recently is that DCF doesn't necessarily have to tell you whether or not a foster parent or someone else that they may have been in contact with has been exposed to COVID and therefore you could be exposed to COVID. So, what I want to do is just alert you to make sure that you use the precautions that the CDC has been talking about for so long. And so, if you're one of those people who supports wearing a mask, I suggest that you do that. Insist that the DCF worker wear their mask. The other day, I was doing a home visit with a client, and the DCF worker's mask kept falling below their nose, and they would just keep talking. And so I intervened on my client's behalf and just asked them to pull their mask back up and making sure that it's covering the nose and the mouth. So don't be afraid to ask them to do that. Do it politely. You are trying to keep your family safe by keeping on these masks. Make sure that you keep the masks on, your kids have on their masks. I'm also suggesting if you have a garage and you can open up the garage door, try to have the meeting in the garage, especially as it gets colder. If you can do something outside, if you've got a fire pit, anything that you can do to try to keep yourself safe. DCF does have a mandate to go out and to make sure kids are safe if there is a report or if they have an open case, but it doesn't mean that you have to expose your children or yourself to the COVID virus and leaving yourself vulnerable. So the best thing I would suggest you do is to make sure you exercise those precautions and speak up for yourself. And if you ever need assistance with dealing with DCF and you want to speak with an attorney who's not only worked for DCF but also does cases involving DCF, please don't hesitate to call us. Until then, keep safe, and we wish you the best for yourself and your family.